ఓకే గాయ్స్. గుడ్ ఈవెనింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. సో, ఇప్పటి వరకు మీరు చాలా నేర్చుకున్నారని అనుకుంటున్నాను. సో, ఇప్పుడు మనం చాలా విషయాలు నేర్చుకున్నాం ఇప్పటి వరకు. సో, కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అనేవి సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం. సో, టుడే వి ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సాల్వ్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ నంబర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎ స్ట్రింగ్. So, what the actual problem statement is, you are given with a input that is a sentence. So, here you are having a sentence. There are 2 apples for 4 persons. So, in the sentence, what you have to do is you have to extract the numbers. So here you can able to identify these numbers, right? 2 and 4. So you need to extract that numbers from that sentence. So this is what the actual problem statement is. So the output is in the form of a list. So here you will also see with an explanation here. 2 and 4 are the only number present in the input array, input string. Okay, give me a minute. Wait a second. Okay. Okay. So now how can we able to solve this program? So when going through these statements, what you have understand is you need to identify the numbers, right? So first you need to identify the numbers from the given statement. So after that you have to decide whether you have to select or you have to remove. So I don't go deeper, but the basic one I will explain you. You can do this by using is numeric function, as well as you can also do this program by using each digit function. So by using these two functions, we can able to extract a number. So each numeric identifies the numbers like 12, 22 and 33 in such a way it can able to extract the numbers. So each digit can able to extract only single digit. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can able to extract these numbers, but each numeric can able to extract 12, 22, 32. It can able to extract all the numbers. So in such a way, these two are differentiated. So when coming to the program, so you are given with hi, I am 3 and 2. So you are given with the statement. So what you do, you need to check whether whether the string contains a numeric number or an alphabet. So first, what you will do here, you will take the input from the user. You will take the input from the user, and that will be stored in a variable. Sorry, this is not working. Okay, input, and whatever the thing you want to show to the user, that will be entered here. And next, what you will do, you will extract the numbers. So that means you will traverse the whole string. So for I in, or you can also directly use the string here. Directly use the string here s. Okay. So you need to check whether this I is a number or an alphabet. So how you can check? If I dot is numeric. So then what you will simply do, you need to store that number, right? So this I dot is numeric, what it will do is, if it is a number, then it will return true. So if it is true, then we will execute whatever the statements after this thing, we will execute that things, or else you will execute the else part. But here we don't need the else part, right? So we will use only the true case. We will only consider the true case, and we will store that values in the list. So before that, you are going to make a list here. I will name that list as L. Now what I have to do? I need to simply append the values. So okay, I have appended the I, but here you can say that I is a string, right? I is a string. So you need to convert that string into an integer. So what you will do here? You will use the int of I. So at last what we need to do? We need to print the L. So that L contains all the numbers that are present in the string. So what is the output here? If you take this input, the output is like 3 and 2. 3 and 2. This is the output for this program. So in such a way here, instead of this, you can also use I dot isDigit. So here you can also use I dot isNumeric and can also use I dot isDigit. Okay, these are the two functions which we can able to identify whether the string contains a numeric numbers or not. Okay, this is how you are going to do this problem. Okay, next the program is dictionary in Python 3. So let's go with the problem statement here. Okay, so this is the problem statement. You are familiar with most of the properties of the dictionary in Python. So here what he is going to say is, in Python, we can create our own dictionaries, right? So if you want to make a dictionary, we will simply uses this curly braces. So it will define it is a dictionary, right? In Python, it will define it is a dictionary. Okay. Next, what he had done? He just added the key value as geeks and the value as 5. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, for in this dict, I'm going to add geeks here. Geeks. And for that geeks, I'm going to update the value as 5. So you're having a box like structure. So assume this is as dict. So in dict, what we are having? A key and a value, right? A key and a value. So here in this example, the key value is geeks. The key value is geeks. And the value is 5. Okay. Now, if you want to add another thing, what you will do? You will simply use dict and you will add for here, and you can able to assign a value like 10. So what it is going to store? For is a key and it will store the 10 as a value. So this is how the dictionary will store all the values, right? So this is how the hash showed here. The hash geeks equals to 5. So that means a geek and 5. A geek as a key and 5 is a value will be stored in the dictionary. And next, he stored geeks for geeks is equals to 13. What he has shown here, that means you are having a dict like this. In the dict, geeks is equals to 5 and geeks for geeks is equals to 13. So this is how the hash here I mentioned that it is a hash variable. So the hash gonna store these two values. Next, what he had done means he just take a variable. He just take a variable. The variable name is key. In that key, he going to store the geeks as a value. Is a string that is going to store in this key variable. It is a variable. Okay. Next. So what he did means s equals to count of characters is plus hash of key plus. So let me explain this thing. he just made another variable. Okay, that is a string variable. In that string variable, what he had stored is count of characters is. So count of characters is, okay. You have to remember this thing. You have to enclose it within a double quotes, and you need to use the concatenator operator to add any string. So the count of character is. So you need to print this count. You need to print this count. You need to print this count. So for that, you will use the hash and the key. Here, what you have stored in the key? Geeks, right? So we are going to print this thing here. I'm using the variable here, key. And next, he uses the concatenator operator and in plus what he printed? Key. So simply, what is the output of this thing? The output we will get is count of character is. So we have to print the count first. So that will it will print 5 here in geeks. Okay, the key value is geeks, right? So that's is going to print geeks here. So this is what happened here, right? The count of characters is 5 in geeks. Okay, this is how you want to, if you want to add any element in the dictionary, you are going to use this thing. So if you want to delete anything in the dictionary, if you want to delete anything in the dictionary, you can use two things here. One is the pop function. One is the pop function, and another one is the del keyword. So here he uses the del keyword here. You are having A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, and D as 4. So now here you want to delete the entry of C. So what he did means dict of C. So that is gonna delete the value. This entire pair going to be deleted. Okay. So if you're having like this, here A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, and D as 4. If you want to delete this thing, you will simply use the del word and assume this where as dict here. Dict of here uses a dict of, right? Dict of C. So it is gonna delete this entire pair. So now no more the C is 3 is available on the dictionary. So only A, B, D is gonna available after the deletion. So now what he asked to do? Let's get this into head by solving a question. Given a list of some students in a list. So he is gonna do some students list and their corresponding marks in another list. The task is to do some operations as described below. So what he has shown here is he going to show 3 operations here. So the first operation is I key value. So what we need to do is initially he will give a key value. Initially he will give a key value. We need to, and also a value also. He will give a key and the value. You need to store that. That means insert the key and value in the dictionary. And after that, you need to print inserted. Okay. Now, next one is D key. So what we need to do? He will simply given the entry. That means he will simply give the key and you need to delete the pair. After deleting, you need to print deleted. If the pair doesn't exist, then you need to print -1 here. And next, what he did means the third operation key. He just gives the key value, and you need to print in such a way that marks of student name is marks. Okay, so this is what I have mentioned the 3 operations. Okay, let's go to the input here. Okay, I'm wrapping all this. Wrapping. So now today this is not working properly. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now, if you see here, so the first task is first first task is insert a value, insert a key and value in the dictionary, right? So what we will do here, they have given already. So this is what they will give. So initially they will provide you with initially they will put with insert dictionary. Insert dictionary is a function. So it's gonna take two parameters. The first one is the query and another one is the dict. So what you need to do, a query is a list. Assume it is a list. That means in that list, the first one is a student name, and the second one is his marks. Second one is his marks. That means an integer. So you need to store that value in the dict. So how you gonna store? You simply use the query of 1 and the query of 2. So previously it was the count, I think so. Yeah, the I. So I indicates that it's gonna insert. So based on that thing, you need to identify whether you have to insert, whether you have to delete, whether you have to print. The I indicates the insert, D indicates delete, and P indicates print. Okay. So that's the I value will be stored in the query of 0. So now what you need to do, you need to simply insert dict of query of 1. So what it actually do is the query of 1 will be stored here and the marks, that means query of 2 will be stored as a value. Okay. So this is how the insertion will going to work. And what next it? Next we need to delete. So we are having two functions, right? One is the delete and another one is the pop. Okay. So if we use the pop or okay, let us consider that thing only. First, initially we'll go with the pop here. Okay, what we need to do, they have given the query, right? In such a way, D of X, they have given a key, right? You need to delete the key. So by simply, if if that query exists, then you are going to pop. That means you are going to delete that element. So simply we will use this dot pop and the query of 1. So it is gonna delete whatever pair exists in the uh, dictionary. Okay, next, what is the third query? The third query is P of X. Okay, so if you got Q of P as P, you are going to print. You are going to print. So further, he will only give the key value. Okay, the key value, and also in the question itself, they have mentioned we have to print in this manner. We have to print in this manner. So for that purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm using the format operator. Okay. So how this format operator gonna work, I will tell you. If if the key exists in our dictionary, if the key exists in our dictionary, then what you need to do, you will use the marks of, and it is the first format operator, that means a curly braces, and here the another curly braces. Okay, by using this format operator, we are going to use this value here, use this value here, and the dict of value means the marks you got. So what is the template? Marks of student name, right? Marks of student name is something like a marks, the marks integer, an integer here. So key value, that means the student name will be printed here and the marks will be printed here. So if the key doesn't exist, then we will simply print -1 here. So this is the actual solution of this thing. Okay. So this is how you're gonna insert and delete and print the elements in the dictionary. And let us discuss the another program. The another program is counting the frequencies in an array. Okay, I will give you with a set of integer numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like 2 again, again 2, 3. So what you need to do is you need to count each number. So 1 repeated how many times? This is 1, this is 1. So 1 how many times? 2 times. And repeated how many times? This is 2, this is 2, this is 2. 2 repeated 3 times, right? Repeated 3 times. So how many times the 3 get repeated? 3 here, 2 only 2 times. So 3 and its frequency is 2. And how many times this 4 gonna repeated? Only one time, right? 4 repeated one time. And this 5 also repeated only one time. So you need to print in such a way. So what you're gonna do to solve this problem? What you're gonna do? Okay, the first thing comes into our mind is the dictionary. So by using this dictionary, you can easily can count the values. So assume you are having an array here in a L. Okay, what you're gonna do? So next, what you need to do, you need to count each and element. Further, you will traverse the list here. So for I in L, right? So if okay, forgot to say that initially you need to create a dictionary, right? Empty dictionary. So if that if I not in the dictionary, then what you will do? If initially the dictionary is empty, so it doesn't contains any value. So if this one is not in the dictionary, right? So we will simply initialize with 1. So dict of I equals to 1. This is how you're gonna initially initialize the key value as 1. Okay. Now, if the I is not, if I is in the dictionary, then you need to increment that value. Okay. If I is in the dictionary, you simply increment that value. So on the second time, it's gonna increment. So at first, it initializes. That means it inserted into the dictionary. It inserted into the dictionary, and later, what it has done, just incremented the value. In such a way, it's gonna increment the 2. So when you come to 3, it is gonna increment it to 1. It's gonna come to 4, it's gonna increment it to 1, 5, incremented by 1. When again 2 comes into the picture, so then we gonna enter into this else part. So then we will increment the key value or value of 2. And again 2 here, then again we will increment the 2 here. We're going to the else part and 3. So the 3 is already available in the dictionary. So simply you will increment this thing. So this is how you're gonna calculate the frequencies of each number. So if you want to print the things, simply we'll use for I comma j in dict dot items. Dict dot items. If you use this thing, you will assume this I as a key and j as a value. Then you are going to print I here plus you are having a semicolon middle of this and the value as j. So then you are going to print in this way. You're going to print in this way. Okay, fine. Next, the next program is simply a logical one. You are going to see how actually a competitive programming is. This is the beginning step, very beginning step. So here we are going to learn a concept called sliding window. So when we are going to use this sliding window, so you are going to use this tree. You are having an array like this. Okay, fine. So you are having an array like this. Okay. In that array of, you are having some elements like 2, 3, 6, 2, 8, 7, 9, 0, 1, 2. Okay, assume like this. And I will give another integer called k. I will, so let us assume the value of k is 3 here. So what you need to do is you need to check these three numbers. So among the first three numbers, what is the largest element here? 6, right? Among the first three numbers, what is the largest element? So 6 you are going to print. Okay. And next, consider this box. Consider this box. So among these three numbers, what is the largest number? Again 6 here. And consider the other box, this 3. Among this, what is the largest number? 8. And consider the another one. Consider this thing. So among these three, what is the largest number? Again 8. Consider the another 3 here. So 8, 7, 9. Among that, what is the largest one? 9. So in such a way, in 3, what is the largest one? Again 9. In this 3, what is the largest one? 9 here. And in this 3, what is the largest one? 2 here. So this is the problem. This is the law. This is the actual problem statement. Among this array, on each sub array of size 3, you need to find the maximum element in the sub array. Okay. So for this, what you're gonna do? So every time the first step you are going, the first brute force you are going to mind is you need to keep on checks the first k elements. Next, that means you're having an array here. So 2, 3, 6, 2, 8, 7, 9, 0, 1, 2. So what you need to do is first you will traverse 3 elements. Okay. So among the 3 elements, you need to take the largest one and you will add it into the another list 6. And again from here, that means from here onwards, you will again traverse the next 3 numbers. So next 3 numbers, what is the largest element here? 6, add into the list. And again from here, again 3 numbers. So each time you are considering 3 numbers. So from here you are calculating the 3, from here you are calculating the 3, from here you are calculating the 3. So what is the time complexity of this thing of is n into k? If k is equals to n, so then what is the time complexity? It almost going to n square here. So that means if you're here, I have said that on each subarray of size n, you have to calculate the maximum one. So initially what you will do, you will search this whole array. And what is the maximum number? 9, right? So you will place 9 here. And if you come to this thing, and again you will search all the things here. And what is the maximum? 9. And from here, what is the largest number? 9. And here, what is the largest number? 9. So again, keeps on, you are searching the all n elements. It's going to be order of n square. So what is the efficient solution for this thing? So the efficient solution can be the concept called sliding window. Okay. By using sliding window, you can easily calculate the maximum elements without traversing the again 2 times. Okay. Now what you will do is you are having this arena. So 2, 3, 6, 2, not this one. 6, 8, 7, 9, 0, 1 and 2 here. Okay. Now what you will do, the k value is 3. So initially you will traverse these 3 elements. Okay. Initially you have traveled these 3 elements. So among these 3 elements, what is the largest number? So our high value is here, and you used the another variable j, and this j value we have taken to up to k, and among that k numbers you have calculated the maximum and you got the maximum as 6. So you know that in this box you are in this box. You know that in this box the largest number is 6, right? In this box the largest number is 6. You have moved the so here. Okay, you move the j here. So every time you need to consider this fixed length, you need to consider this fixed length every time. So for that purpose you are going to use the sliding window. Now you need to increment the I value and this j at a time. So what you have done is you have incremented the I here and also incremented the j. So what is the size here? This is the box. Our current box is this. So you know that. So whenever you are moving, you will consider this element. You will consider that elements. You will check our current maximum is 6 and our new element is 2. Is the 2 is greater than 6? No, right? So you will simply print a 6. That means up to this box, the maximum value is 6. Next, what you will do? Again, you will increment this I and j. Incremented the I here and j here. So this is our box, right? This is our box. Okay, you will check. Now our maximum is 6. When you are moving this j value, the number is 8. Is it is more than the 6? Yes, it is more than the 6. Then you will update the maximum as 8 and you will add that 8 into the list. Again, you will increment this I and j. So our new box is this thing. So our new number is 7. So you compare this 7 with the current 8. So is it is the largest one? Yes, it is the largest one. So no need to update the maximum element. Then again you will move this I and j. Move this I and j. Our current box is this thing. Okay. Now compare this new element with the current maximum. So the current number is greater than the current maximum. So you will update the maximum as 9 and you will update that 9 into the list. So you will increment the I here, j here, and you will move to, and our current box is this one. And our new element is 0. Is new element is greater than our maxi? No. So you will update the 9 here. And next what you will do? You will both increment I and j, and our current box is this thing. So our new element is 1. So his 1 is greater than 9? No. So the current maximum is 9. Next, but here if you see here, when you are updating the I and j, we are having I and j here. We are considering these 3 elements, but our new element is 2. Our new element is 2. So our current maximum is 9, but 9 is in this subarray. So you need to check when you are incrementing this I value, you need to check whether this number, that means instead of storing the maximum value here, you can also store the index value. So here if you store this index value, that means index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9. So if you store this index value, what is the 9 element index? It is 6, right? Is 6 within this range of 7, I and j? No, absolutely not. Na. So then you will update the maximum element here as 2. Okay, this is you are going to use the sliding window concept. So this is the actual logic. Okay, you are going to implement the code using this Python. So I will simply give the actual pseudocode. You need to solve this thing, right? Okay, so what is the pseudocode is, I will give you with an array something like this, and among that you will initialize two variables I and j, and I will given with the k value. Okay. Next, what you will do? You need to move on to the k up to this for loop has to be moved to k. So 0 to k, 0 to k. So what you have to move this j value? J value has to be moved from 0 to k. Okay, among that you will consider one maximum element. Max equals to something. You will get max is something like 0 or something a maximum element. Okay, and also you will store the index also here. Okay, next what you will do? You will continue after this thing. When you are continuing, here you can also use for loop as well as while loop. So here I am using while loop. This j must be less than n. That means length of the list. This n defines this length. This is the length of L is n. Okay. Now what you will do? You will increment both I and j, but not now. You need to check, right? You need to check whether the new element is greater than our maxi. So if the new element is greater than maxi, then you are going to update the maxi as well as the index. Okay, you need to update maxi as well as the index. Next, what you're gonna do? You will increment the I. So when be careful when you are incrementing these two, you need to check whether whether the current element is greater than or not. So are within the range of I and j. So you came up with a concept called stack. So it is a heavy topic, but I'm giving say simple overview of how how this sliding window gonna work. Okay. So then what you will do? If you find that means you will add that to maxi, right? You will answer let's take it as an empty array and append that maxi in the answer array. Then finally you are going to print the answer. So this is how you're gonna work. So no need to code that one. I will give you another simple one here. It is also a simple sliding window concept. So okay. So what you need to do is you're having 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 1. Okay. So let me give k value as 3. So initially what you will do, you will traverse from here and you will sum up the all elements. So what the question is, you need to sum each subarray. Okay. So here the subarray size must assume the subarray size is 3. Okay. What is the value? 1 plus 2 plus 3? It is 6. Next, when you are moving to the next window, you need to subtract this thing. Okay. So our current sum is 6. When you subtract, it's 5. That means these two numbers. So these two numbers. And you are adding up with a new element 8. So 5 plus 8. What is the number? 13. So 2 plus 5 and 5 plus 8 is 13. So next, when you are moving this box, you need to subtract this thing. What is 13 minus 2 is 11. And you have to add with the 7. That is like 18. So this is 18. So in such a way, when you're moving this box, you need to delete this number. You need to delete this number and add the new element. Okay, this is more easier than the before one because in before we have to use the stack concept. So for a simple overview, I have discussed that thing, but it is the most simplest one. Okay, you have to add this thing and subtract this thing. When you move this box, you have to add this thing and subtract this thing. In such a way, you have to find uh, the sum, each subarray sum. Okay, then you have to return answer. That means all the values, all the values has to be stored in the list, and this list has to be written. Okay, try this one. It is so easier. If you have any doubt, let us discuss this thing in the another class. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm ending
Yeah,
up the section.
yeah. Thank you, Hemanth.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.